Greetings and welcome to this week's edition of 401k Real Talk. This is Fred Barstein, contributing editor with wealthmanagement.com's RPA Edge omnichannel. I review all of the industry stories from the past week and pick out the 5 most interesting ones, providing open, honest, and candid discussions you will not get anywhere else. So let's get real. First story is building on their position as the leading pooled plan record keeper. Transamerica recently acquired Tag Resources, a leading 316 pooled plan service and tech provider. Both Tag and Transamerica have built their pooled business in the PEO market, and with the advent of PEPs and groups of plans and exchanges, both are able to leverage that expertise, and now they'll be doing it together. Experts have thought that the pool plan would primarily be for small plan markets where the fees are still high. Interesting article this week by Morningstar's John Reckenthaler about how high fees are plaguing small plans still. But Lockton has over $5 billion in their PAP in the first year, presumably with larger plans. Without scaling the scale of the Fab Five, record keepers like Transamerica can compete by cross-selling worksite benefits as well as developing expertise in emerging services like pooled plans. So congratulations to Transamerica on that acquisition. Next story is that with 678,000 new jobs created in February, the job market continues to break records, with more than 400,000 new jobs a month since May of 2021, recovering 90% of the jobs lost due to the pandemic, led by the hospitality and leisure industries. Unemployment is at 3.8% and job openings are at a record high. 300,000 people entered the workforce and home workers fell. Focus for employers is squarely on benefits, especially financial benefits, and specifically DC plans, which has become a main weapon to recruit and retain workers in the war for talent. Next story is in a podcast with the retirement plan advisor Rick Unser. Famed 401k litigator Jerry Schlichter outlines what could be the future for DC litigation, including self-directed brokerage accounts, private equity, and of course, active funds. Schlichter was particularly focused on the potential issues of record keepers cross-selling other services, which they need to look for new revenue, something that advisors are following as well, and the failure of the DOL to step up and protect plan participants, as well as litigation future in the small market. Next story is how an eBree analysis shows that the current value of DC plans could have been increased by $2 trillion if there had been loan insurance. There are firms like Custodio that insure against involuntary separation and the non-payment of loans, which can not just result in defaults, but also penalties and tax liabilities. And the focus has lately been on emergency savings, but first maybe we should be starting with loan insurance. And then the final story is insights from the institutional DC market. The focus of institutional plan sponsors from the Collins annual survey was on fees, investment policy statements, and formal fiduciary training, likely because of increased litigation that seems to only be heating up. Some of the interesting results: 31% of plan sponsors are increase their auto escalation, 81% of target dates used have some indexing, and 90% of plans use target date as their QDIA. 71% did not benchmark the performance of their managed accounts, 86% offered financial wellness, 85% some sort of retirement income service, and 76% sought to retain the assets of retired or terminated employees, which is almost double from what it was in 2015. These are all really good lessons for RPAs and their clients, and likely a harbinger of things to come in the retail DC market. So those are the 5 most interesting stories from the DC market that I found. Let me know if I missed anything or you'd like to comment. Otherwise, I will speak to you next week on wealthmanagement.com's RPA Edge.